I mean, that's pretty beautiful, isn't it? What a gorgeous song.
It's a pretty song.
And you will find on repeat listens, it gets to you. It gets to your heart and your soul.
Yeah, it was soulful. It didn't rock. You're right.
No,
so
yeah.
therefore, there was a bit of discord at the beginning. I was like, I don't think I'm going to like this. But it was all right. It was. I'm guessing late 60s, early 70s.
Well done, Louis.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're accidentally right, aren't you?
I'm getting better at
Just,
this.
Throw over dice.
Well,
even a stopped clock, Louis. Even a stopped Louis is right.
That's right. Once a year.
Once a year.
Welcome to the Music Matters podcast. Right, if you haven't worked it out, Nigel is introducing me to new music, or old music.
Old music.
Music that's new to me. And then we sort of talk about it. And I learn about music because I know nothing about it.
What do you do, Louis?
I'm a computer geek and I'm a professional comedian. Nigel, what do you do?
Musician.
Yeah, so I'm learning from you. Did I like that? I just got wistful.
Yeah.
As I was drifted off.
I think you should listen to that song next time you're feeling a bit down. So on the train back.
Oh, after seeing you, yeah, exactly.
Well, because you've been missing me.
I'll be just,
yeah, and
what am I doing with my life?
That's something you should be asking yourself every day. Do you know who that was?
No idea.
Nick Drake.
Ah.
Nick Drake. It was from his debut album, 1969 album, 5 Leaves Later.
Right, I was spot on with the time.
You were, pretty much.
You know what? It was the strings that made me... the strings sort of always remind me of like sort of those 70s variety TV shows or something. And now we've just had Morecambe Wise, now a musical interlude. Here comes Nick Drake to depress us all.
Well, I don't think that was depressing, personally. But it's a personal thing, isn't it?
Wistful, yeah.
Do you know anything about Nick Drake?
No.
He didn't find any success when he was alive.
Mm-hmm.
He signed to Island Records at 20 while he was still a student at Cambridge. He only released 3 albums. He died at the age of 26 due to an overdose. He had a lot of demons. Overdose of antidepressants.
Well, I mean, maybe that came across a little bit from that. So I thought it would have been American.
No, not at all American. I don't think he even went to America. He was famed for playing in different tunings, so not just the standard sort of concert tuning of the guitar.
Oh, yeah.
All sorts of interesting tunings. Although interesting, that's probably his most famous song, and that's in standard tuning, in 5/4.
Well, not that novel at all then. Was it?
I mean, the time signatures.
Oh, yeah.
Not
what was it?
not
4/4?
5/4.
5/4. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
I was going to do a whole thing on time signatures, a whole Music Natters. Maybe we still will.
Well, now, for people who are listening, right, maybe the first time, normally we have a theme. What is it? I should try and guess the theme.
Theme.
So it's not strange music signatures. It's not strange tunings of guitars.
No.
Is it like depressing tunes from dead people who've overdosed?
No.
Right? 70s or 69.
What's the opposite of your favourite genre, would you say? What's the opposite of rock?
Well, I mean, the opposite. I don't like urban music, like hip hop and rap and that sort of
folk music.
Today is folk.
Today's folk day. Today's folk day.
Wow.
And it's tough because what is folk music? And it's very broad. It's very broad.
Now, I like the Levellers. Do they count as folk? Right.
You like the Levellers?
Yeah. They're kind of,
Yeah. They're your kind of thing, aren't they?
Hippie,
So like kids' music. So I'm not surprised. Oh, Derek. Hello, Derek. Derek's in the Music Natter studios. Hello, Derek.
So, yeah,
Derek the pug.
If you can hear some snorting and barking.
It's usually, but not always, Derek. Yeah, I mean, so it's traditional folk music, although there's also sort of folk rock. There's all kinds of other kinds of different ones of folk. Traditionally defined, according to Wikipedia, and that's never wrong. Music transmitted orally, music with unknown composers, music that is played on traditional instruments, music about cultural and national identity, music that changes between generations. So it's very broad. So it's very difficult to pick just 5 songs. So if you disagree with any of these, or you don't like them, You know the email address to complain to.
It's
Go
hello at musicnatters.com.
No, go fuck yourself at musicnatters.
Right, I think I might like folk music. You might got.
I think you will. I think it's such a broad.
I like going to a pub and someone's got a acoustic guitar, maybe a fiddle, playing some old
the instrument.
Music.
Sorry, with you, Louis, I always have to check.
But yes, exactly. There they are playing their pubes. It's descended already, isn't it? How are you?
I like it when I make you uncomfortable.
I have this fantasy that this would be.
I don't need to know your fantasies, Louis. Honestly, there are some stuff we have to edit.
True.
Right. I think your fantasies are included. Oh, just one story about Nick Drake, and this kind of makes me think of your levels of awkwardness about him handing in his last studio album to Island Records. He went in to his A&I guy, and the reception said, "Oh,
A&I guy,
A&R,
right? Thank you.
Artist and repertoire."
Yep.
That's what. Nick Drake's here. So he came up and sat in his office and said, "Oh, hello." He just sat with, awkwardly, not really speaking, on his sofa for half an hour. And he said, "All right, I better be off then." And he said, "Oh, okay, yeah, good to see you, Nick. Take care." Went downstairs. A couple of minutes later, the receptionist downstairs phones up and said, "Well, Nick Drake's left a bag for you." Went downstairs. It was the master tapes for his new album. Now that seems like something you would do.
Just waiting for the convenient moment.
Yeah, just think, well, too awkward to hand them over.
Thanks for that shining endorsement. Talking about awkward, I was in Burnham Library Hall. I saw there's the Windsor Model Railway show coming up.
Nice.
I assume you'll be going to that.
I'm running it. No, I'm not into railways really.
Well, you're not a train spotter.
Although there is someone in our next podcast, one of the artists who's very much into railways. There's a little fun little teaser for you.
God.
Now, if that doesn't get people listening to the next podcast, I don't know what will.
Good music, maybe.
It's pretty damn thrilling.
Okay.
Another thing I was going to say, folk music. I think it's also about telling a story. I think that's quite important.
Yes.
So that's and that's something to bear in mind, because I think for this next track, I love this next song, and it tells a story and a sort of a nostalgia, and sometimes it makes the listener feel nostalgia for a past they never even experienced. That's what I think. Okay. So let's listen to this next song. We're going all the way to America now. I don't know if you've heard of America, but that's where we're off to. Here we go.